Keith Jackson would like to know how often you start an idea well, but then it just runs out of steam. And do any of those ideas then resurface and get finished?
Yes and yes. I generally find as I'm writing something, something inside me says, this is not working. That doesn't mean it's particularly bad. It means it's just not fitting in the bit where I'm working. So I simply take it out and put it in a file, which I have labelled remnants, which is full of half-completed ideas and bits of dialogue. And sooner or later, I think, yes, this will fit very nicely in this book. So not a lot is wasted, actually.
Emma Duke Williams is asking if you had a key teacher who kindled your love of history.
Yes, actually, I had two. When I was at school, I had an excellent history teacher called Miss Tregaskis, who was lovely and conveyed ideas and times and images really, really well. Sadly, because of the aforementioned industrial and agricultural revolutions, I didn't get anywhere after that. And I took a couple of history A-levels much, much later. And I had a wonderful teacher again, because I did them at home and I needed a fair bit of help, called Mrs. Jennifer Allison. And she was fantastic, and got me through to history A-levels. So thank you very much, Miss Tregaskis and Mrs. Allison.
Bonnie de Moss is asking, will St Mary's continue to go on as a series after you start the Time Police spin-off?
Oh, Bonnie, that's a really loaded question. Okay, honest answer, initially, no. I was going, the next book that I'm writing at the moment would be the last one. I was going to tie up all the loose ends, leave everything in a happy place, and write the Time Police series, which concerns Matthew as a young man. So obviously, further along the timescale, slightly more in the future. However, typically, and especially if I can refer you to a previous question when I was asked when I had all my bright ideas, in the bath one morning, I did have some ideas for continuing St Mary's, another direction in which they could go. It occurs to me that I've really made a rod for my own back, because I would be writing the Time Police series, which and the events therein would take place ahead of the St Mary's books that I was writing. So I'm obviously going to have a bit of a think about that. I suspect another author's note coming on